This is my 1957 Grundig Radiogram. This is a UK model that I bought recently, and I've just spent the last about 4 or 5 weeks restoring. As you can see, it's got a record deck and a tape deck. This would be your receiver, I suppose, is a technical name for it, because it's the radio and the amplifier. As you can see, the function controls at the bottom. You have bass, which these little notes go out as you turn it up and down. The same with the treble. You've got 2 FM bands, or VHF bands. Main reason for this being you can tune the one band in, if you see there, and then tune the other one in, because they're independently tunable. And now you can just switch between the two without having to tune the radio in. The one for medium and long wave and short wave, you would have to retune. There's only one pointer for that. And I leave that tuned to my local medium wave station. If you wanted to listen to long wave or short wave, you'd have to retune. I'll demonstrate you the turntable. A minute, I've got a bit of Buddy Holly on here on an LP. So you can stack up to, I think it's 5 or 7 records on this. And it'll play them one after the other. And then you just get up and flip everything over and start it again. It's quite handy if you've got singles or 45s. So that's the turntable. And that's the stop. The tape deck has got a nice feature in the sense that you don't have to turn the reels over. It'll play in both directions, side 1 on one side, one direction, side 2 on the other direction. Meaning you don't have to reverse the spools when you get to the end of the tape. I can demonstrate you that if I get a tape. I've got lots of pre-recorded tapes over there. Let's close this lid down. These came out, I think, in the late 50s and ran up until the very late 60s. They're all twin track mono, meaning you have one channel recorded one way and another channel recorded the other, another track recorded the other way. So you've got playback track 1, track 2, playback track 1. I need to glue this down. So thread that up. I'm doing this one-handedly and holding the camera. There we go. And you pull that out and set your little, reset the counter there. Right, so we want to go in that direction, that way. Put this onto the tape recorder. Oh, I've got that set at the wrong speed. 2 different speeds. There we are. This is obviously side 1, track 1. Rather nicely, this has 6 speakers. I don't know if I can show you, but there's basically a tweeter here, electrostatic tweeter here, and a very large 12-inch elliptical speaker. And then you have that the same side. And then round the side here you have a mid-range speaker. These are controlled from this indicator here. And the speaker control. Basically, that turns the side speakers off, that turns the side speakers on, and that turns them with a higher intensity. so they're much louder. And as you see, it's a 3D sound. All that means is it gives a sort of depth perception to the sound. So with this orchestral music, for example, some instruments will sound like they're coming from the middle here somewhere, and then you'll get the sense of other instruments being further back. So it gives you a depth perception to the mono sound, because it's only a mono piece of equipment, but it does have a very pleasing effect. So I think we've played enough of this now. Hopefully, if I click this now onto track 2, there we are. So we're now getting the end of side 2. And then that'll take us to side 1 again. And for 1956, this was quite a nice feature to have on a tape deck. So we'll leave it, wind back that way. I'll see if I can show you the inside now, around the back. I have taken the screws down, so unplug the aerial. And unplug these wires. Bear with me. I'll wait for this tape to stop. It's my mobile phone interfering with everything. This is obviously the inside of the tape deck there. This is the microphone input for the tape deck. There we are. Let's turn that off. Right. There's the chassis, radio chassis. Two EL84s in push-pull configuration, even though it's only a mono amp. And then you can see, I think, one of the side speakers, and I don't know, it's a bit dark there, but there's the very large 12-inch speaker. And there's the ferrite rod aerial. Now there's a switch on the front here. If I put this onto medium wave, that switches that ferrite aerial on or off. You can have a very long wire for the long wave, medium and short, or you can use the ferrite rod aerial, and that just tells you whether that's on or off. It actually does make quite a good piece of difference. Let's see if we can hear. If I tune into our local station. Right. Actually isn't a lot of interference. If I can find something. Some interference. Well, there we are. Very faint. And it brings it in a bit stronger. And the tone control, I don't know if you can see that, but it actually narrows the IF band slightly, helping you tune it's another way of tuning for a stronger signal, giving you a bit better reception. It's a very handy feature to have. This is the Illuminated record cabinet, all numbered along the bottom. So presumably you'd have a notepad with everything written down, and you can just slide the records in or out. Again, quite a nice feature. The tape deck is illuminated, as you can see, and as is the record deck. Got its own little brush. Oh, and I can show you the microphone. It's in its little box. There we are. There is the microphone. which just plugs in. Just plugs in round the side there. And then you can select on the tape recorder whether you record from the gramophone, the record player, the radio, or the microphone. That brass ring there. So yes, all restored to working order now. Many capacitors replaced. Lots of things in the tape deck had to be replaced. Now the job is done. It does all sound very good. So I'll just play out something from the tape recorder.